Hello, this is Tony Holland, founder and CEO of Global Premier Benefits and Integrity Company. I want to talk to you guys today about the 6 character traits an agent needs to have to join our organization at Global. And I think this is important no matter what organization you're with. You got to have this number one lockdown. It shouldn't be in this business. That number one, you got to have honesty and integrity. Because if you're in this business just for the money alone and you're willing to say anything and do anything and twist the truth to make a sale, we don't need you in the industry. It's part of the reason why we got all these rules and regulations in regards to state requirements. Also with CMS, most of you guys that know of Global, we're heavily weighted in the Medicare Advantage industry. And we got most of these rules because of unscrupulous agents out there in these crazy call centers that are misleading, that are lying to the seniors. It can be very corrupt at times, and it is sad. It really is sad because this is somebody's mom, this is somebody's dad, or their grandparents, and you got these call center agents twisting the truth and saying anything, doing anything to lock down the sale. Guys, you got to have number one lockdown. You got to have unbelievable, impeccable integrity. You got to have high level of character, and you have to have honesty. It's better that you walk away from that sale than push somebody into something or twist the truth, and that ultimately it's going to come back. It's going to hurt your client. It's going to hurt their family. It's going to come back to haunt you. It's going to come back to haunt your organization. Okay, you're going to probably lose your license out of it. I've seen that happen to agents many times. So make sure you're doing this for the right reasons, with honesty and integrity. Number 2, you got to be motivated. You got to have that drive. It's not my job as an agency director or FMO or IMO or your GA. It's not our job to motivate you. Okay? Yes, we're very motivational, and yes, I know how to get a team pumped up, and I know how to get a team ready to go on the field and compete. I coached football for 13 years, and I can get my team fired up better than anybody. But my kids had that motivation from within to want to win. You got to be driven. You got to come to the plate with that you want to be successful. You want to leave a legacy. You're not just getting by. You're not, like Zig Ziglar says, that wandering generality. Being average and ordinary, as Art Williams used to say. You got to want something more out of life. You got to come to the table with that. If I got to call you up and get you out of bed and make sure you're staying late to get the job done, if I got to do that for you, this isn't going to work. So you got to come to the plate, to the organization, motivated, excited, turned on to get the job done. Number 3, you got to have a positive attitude. You got to be, things are going to happen out of your control. You're going to have a cancellation. You're going to have somebody that files a complaint on you. You're going to have, your lead drop not work out like you thought it would. You're going to have, disagreement with your upline. No matter what, you got to stay positive. We all have our moments. I'm not perfect. I get frustrated. Sometimes I lose that positive edge sometimes. We're all human, but you got to get back on it right away. Okay, you got to get back to seeing that glass being half full versus half empty. There's always a brighter side to everything in life. It's all in your perception. You can see it. I mean, like I said, that glass being half empty, you can see it. It's all in your perception. Matter of fact, the Chinese symbol for crisis and opportunity is the same. The symbol's the same. It's all in how you perceive that symbol. So you can look at anything. It's amazing you watch the news, which I rarely do, but if you ever do, they could turn anything into a negative spin. And then in another station will turn that into a positive spin. It's all in how you want to spin it. So I always have this saying. Matter of fact, I used to teach this to my agents back in the day. We're in the field. If something out of your control happens wrong, I always say it's a sign of good luck. Let's say you have a little fender bender, sign of good luck. If you're walking to the appointment, a bird craps on you, sign of good luck. I teach that to my kids and around the house. If they drop something, sign of good luck. If a mishap happens, sign of good luck. I wanted, no matter what, program myself to be an ultimate optimist. No matter what, something good's coming out of this. And I've been through some tremendous crises that would put anybody out of the game. It would have made anybody negative. I've had my haters, and I'm sure you have too. And by the way, if you're going to have haters in this business if you're doing anything great. All the greats in this industry, in any industry, I mean, you look at Elon Musk and, many other greats at his level, Bill Gates, and they got their haters, That's part of the game. Tom Brady has his haters. That's part of the game. You got to understand that's just part of it. And I was taught this by Art Williams back in the day. He goes, if you never ever want to have anybody say anything bad about you, if you never want to have any haters, he says, don't have nothing, don't say nothing, don't do nothing. Be a nothing. Be a zero in life. But if you want to build a dream and you want to impact this world and you want to do what God has meant for you to be here to do, you're going to have your haters. You're going to have people going to say things to you online, and that's just part of the game. But you got to stay positive when those darts are coming at you. Number 4, you got to have unbelievably strong work ethic. I'm talking about working smart too. Don't work stupid. Okay, I can do that another section on how to not work stupid. But you gotta understand. You got to put in the time in this business. You can't work 2 hours a day and expect to make 6 figures at this. It's not going to happen. You got to work just as hard on this business as you would do punching a clock at a regular job working 40 hours a week. And I always tell my, if you're not willing, by the way, to work 50 to 60 in this business, you don't even think about making 6 or 7 figure money. Okay, I'll teach you how to do that, but you got to have that kind of strong work ethic coming into the gate. Okay, I grew up in a family that your work ethic was like your badge of honor. Where I grew up, people worked 2 and 3 jobs. It was a very blue-collar community, We knew what it meant to have blood, sweat, and tears poured into a job. It's amazing how our country's lost a lot of, work is a 4-letter word, a bad 4-letter word. To me, a work is a blessing. You're here to produce. You're here to provide. You're here to provide value, and the only way you can do that is have strong work ethic. Number 5, you got to have that. You got to be competitive. That's why when I do a lot of my recruiting sessions and I talk to people that want to come aboard and they give me their resume and say, hey, I'm interested in coming to work with you, Tony. I want to do what you're doing. I would love to get guidance. I look for people that are competitive. I always ask people, show me your brag board, show me your brag list, or your resume showing me the things that you've accomplished. I look for people who are competitive athletes in high school and in college. I look for people that at their last company, they were employee of the month or agent of the month or salesperson. I look for people that can show me the awards, show me the plaques, because they're competitive. It's a competitive business, just like in sports. You got to compete to win. And I want people that want to win big. If you're just here to just Tony, I just want to make a couple dollars, a week. That's not my kind of guy. I want somebody who says, Tony, I want to be number 1 in the country. I want to be number 1 in the region. I want to build my own agency. I want to build something bigger than you've ever seen. I want to be the next Hubert Humphreys of this business or Andy Albright of this business. How do I do that? I can help you do that. So you got to be competitive. You got to hate losing. Okay. When we got this little leaders board up, if your name's at the bottom, you got to hate that. I hate it when my name was at the bottom. I want my name at the top. I want to be number 1 every single month on our leaders board. You gotta have that competitive edge. And number 6, and our final one, you got to be coachable. I've had people that have talked to me with their MBAs, and I've had guys with PhDs. They worked on Wall Street. They made money before. They're not open-minded. They're not coachable. That's why I like greenies. I like people that are hungry. These guys that called me and they got these fancy degrees. And that's great if you got a fancy degree, because I got one too from Johns Hopkins University. I worked on my master's as well at Hopkins. That's great and all. But you got to be open-minded. And I've had to have talks with people like that. You called us to come to work. You going to tell us how it's done? I've made 7 and 8 figure income. Have you? Okay? I know what it's like to build a revenue of several $100 million. I know how to become a partner with integrity. Let me help you do that. But if you come in thinking you know it all, this isn't going to work. You got to humble yourself and be open to us helping you get to that next level. And if you do that and you apply these 6 character traits in our business or any other business, I assure you, you'll be a great sales. I'll guarantee it. You come in with these 6, you'll blow your own mind in terms of success you can create in this business. So you're interested in getting started with Global, and reach out to me directly. You can reach me at info@globalpremierbenefits.com. Send us your resume. Send us a little note that you're interested. Tell us a little bit about yourself. By the way, include your little brag sheet of all your accomplishments. I want to see that you've been competitive, you've been a winner, because I know we plug you into our system. Sky is the limit. Or you can call me. I'm open to that. If you want to talk to me directly, I'm probably one of the only IMOs in the industry that do this. I will give you my number, my personal cell phone number. Call me or text me. I love texting better than calls, but you call me or text me. I will get back to you. You can reach me back at 443-253-3634. That's 443-253-3634. Call me, text me. I'll get back to you. I'll work with you. I'll mentor you. I'll coach you. Even if you're not with my organization, I've done that many a times, because I always believe in paying it forward. You never know when that blessing's going to come. You might play the blessing over here and not have any direct benefit from that, but God will bless you from another direction. So I'm all about blessing it, paying it forward. I want to thank you guys for joining me. Have a wonderful and excellent day. Enjoyed this talk. Thank you.